Hiya. So it's a while since I've done one of these videos. In fact, the last time I did one, I was working out earlier, was actually in June last year, and we're now into March. So that's really bad, considering that when I first started doing this, I said I was going to do one every week, and I've only done 3. This is the 4th one. But you know, it's a new year, so a new start, and maybe I'll be a bit more motivated this time around. So basically this is just like a monthly favourites video, so it's the things that I've been enjoying in February. But because I haven't done a video for a while, I've got quite a lot of stuff. So anyway, I'll try and be as quick as I can. The first thing I have is this eyebrow gel, which is Wonder Brow, Wonder 2. And I think the 2 just means the colour, actually, I'm not really sure, but this is the light to medium brown shade. And basically what this is just like a gel that you put onto your eyebrows, and you don't need to rinse it off or anything. I did it like a couple of hours ago, and it lasts for 3 days, so when you wash your face it just fades a tiny little bit, but it still leaves the colour in there for a little while. So it's quite good, and it makes your eyebrows look a bit thicker as well. If you have quite sparse brows, you can build them up a little bit with it. I normally get my brows tinted, and because I'm very, very fair, my eyebrows you can barely see if I don't have makeup on. Same with my eyelashes, so I do have to get them coloured quite regularly. So I thought this might save me a little bit of money and time as well, of like going to get appointments and stuff. So we'll see how I get on with that, but so far so good. This is the second time I've used it, and I quite like it so far. So anyway, the next thing, something quite sensible, books, which isn't what I would normally talk about, but I haven't like read books for quite a long time. When I was younger, I always used to read rock biographies, and I basically like read every book that ever came out in the 90s and early like noughties about like the Beatles, the Stones, the Kinks, the Small Faces, the Who, the Doors, like all those 60s bands. And then also like the Britpop stuff, things about Oasis and that, and then David Bowie and stuff like that. But anyway, a couple of years ago I started to have problems with sleeping, so I decided I might try and start reading again at night to try and help with that. But rather than start trying to reread all these rock biographies, because as I say, I've read pretty much everything that's been written about rock bands, I thought I would try just some regular novels instead. And my mum recommended this author who is called Lisa Jewell, and this was the first book that I read by her, which is called Then She Was Gone. And it's about a girl who goes missing, a teenage girl, but what's quite good about it is it's set in the 90s, so it was like, that was quite cool for me, because I was like, they were talking about things at that time, and I was like, oh, reminds me of being a teenager. And it is quite a dark story, but there's no boring bits. Like, you can't put this down. Like, I read it in a couple of days and it was really, really good. So because I read that one, I then went on to read another one, which is called The Third Wife, which again is quite a dark thriller type story, but really enjoyed that. Read that in a day. Hence it's not actually helping me sleep, because what I tend to do is just go to bed slightly earlier, maybe like about 10:30, and just open my book and then just read it until like 5 o'clock in the morning or something. But anyway, never mind, it's something to do when you can't sleep, isn't it? And I've just got this one yesterday, which, judging by the cover and the title, which is 31 Dream Street, I'm guessing won't be quite as dark as the other ones that I've read. And it is the same author, and it's supposed to be really good. It had good reviews on Amazon. So I'm going to start that one tonight. Hopefully that will be just as good as the others. I've got some clothes here. The first thing, sorry Toby, first thing I have is this beautiful, beautiful jacket, which is now my new pride and joy. And I bought this a couple of weeks ago in a vintage fair that was held at the Civic Centre in Newcastle. And I went there with my lovely friend Lucy and her 2 lovely daughters, and we had a good mooch around, and I knew that I had my eye out for a fur coat, although I've got loads already, but I really wanted a proper vintagey one because I've only got one vintage one. And I saw this. Most of the time when you're looking at vintage fur coats, they tend to be massive sizes, so yeah, I don't know why that is, but maybe the smaller ones just get snapped up. But this is actually a size 14, and when I saw it I thought, oh, it's going to be too big, but it's small fitting. It really fits quite well. I'll not put it on because it'll just go everywhere and probably get a bit messed up. But it is real fur, which I know is really bad. And I am an animal lover. I used to be a vegetarian and I love animals. I hate animal cruelty. I wouldn't use makeup that was tested on animals or anything like that. However, there's something about a real fur coat that is just so beautiful and looks so classy, and you just feel so snug and like luxurious when you're wearing one. And obviously I wouldn't buy one that had just been made, but this is from the 60s, so you know, the little rabbits that made this coat would be long gone. So sorry, I know people are going to hate me for this, but if you tried it on you would know what I mean, because it does feel great. I've got a couple of dresses that I got from ASOS. This one, these don't look much really just when you see them, but when they're on they look really nice. I thought I'd get this because it's a colour that I don't have a lot of clothes in. It's like a teal, and I think this is a colour that suits me as well. I've got this dress already in like a rusty orange, and I really like it. I've worn it loads. So, and this one was in the sale, so I thought I may as well pick that up. I think it was about £12, something like that. Oh, the fur coat was £40. Actually, I forgot to say, when I saw it I thought, oh, I bet that's going to be really expensive because it's so nice and it's in such good condition. And I asked the girl who had the stall and she said, oh, it's £50. And I thought, oh no, because it was right before payday and I actually only had £42 in my bank account. So it's quite embarrassing, but I did try and haggle with her, and at first she was like, oh no, because I know how much I paid for this and I have to make a profit and all this kind of thing. And I was trying it on and I was like, oh, I really love it. And then I said to her, you know, I really want this coat, but I genuinely don't have £50. And I said, look, I'll show you my balance. So I logged onto my online banking and showed her that I actually had £42 in my current account. And I think she took pity on me because she was like, oh, go on then, pet, you can have it. It does look nice on you. I was like, oh, yes. I was so pleased. But anyway, back to the dresses. This is my other ASOS dress that I got, and this is by a brand called Glamorous. The other one's by Glamorous as well. This is a cold shoulder grey dress. It's kind of like a little shift dress. It's quite smart. I would say I would wear this for work, but I might get into trouble for the bare shoulders because they're getting a bit strict about things like that now. I would have got away with it a year or two ago. So I'll probably not wear it for work, but I think it'd be nice like for a Saturday afternoon to go out for lunch or something like that. Then these are some things that I got from Primark. This is a little pink suedette mini skirt. I love this style of mini skirt. It's just like an A-line, but what I like about them is they have this little zip at the back with the little hook, the little ring rather, and I really like that. I just think it looks like 60s, and I've got loads of skirts this style, and I love pink as well, so that was like something I had to have when I saw, obviously. I also love polka dots, and there's a lot of polka dots in the shops at the moment, and this looks pink on camera, but it's bright red, like a Minnie Mouse kind of red and white polka dot. Sorry, that's my very embarrassing ringtone. It's probably gonna go off again in a minute. Anyway, yeah, so that was, I think this was £8. A little Minnie Mouse skirt. What else have we got? Right, I've got this. This is a bit random. Organic apple cider vinegar. You get this from Amazon. I think it was about £14. And the reason why I bought this, which you're gonna laugh at, is because Liam Gallagher recommended it as a health food or drink. Oh God, I've just spilled it and it stinks. It does actually smell like very strong vinegar with just like a hint of cider. But what you do with this is you just take a couple of teaspoons in a glass of water, warm water, and make like a brew with it. And it apparently like heals like many ailments. So it's supposed to be particularly good if you have stomach problems, which I suffer from acid reflux, so I thought that it might help me with that. And I don't really drink tea, so I thought I might start drinking hot vinegar instead. It doesn't actually taste as bad as it sounds or smells. Honestly, it is quite nice actually. Right, okay, then just quickly going through the rest of these. I've got my Saint-Tropez, trusty Saint-Tropez Self Tan Express Bronze and Mousse. This is the fast acting tan that Saint-Tropez do. It can actually develop in an hour, so you can put it on, leave it an hour and shower, and then you're ready to go out. You can leave it, well, they recommend you leave it up to 3 hours depending on how dark you want it, but because I'm so pale, I leave this on overnight basically, so it's on for about 8 hours. Otherwise it wouldn't really show up properly on me, but it's very good and I've used that a lot in the last month. Right, I did have 2 of these brushes. Have you got the other one? Huh? Have you? Sorry, I don't know where the other one's gone, but anyway, these are the new range from Real Techniques. That, oh, I forgot what it's called now. Oh, what's it called, man? Brush Crush or something like that. Blush Crush? Blush Crush. Yeah, so this is the foundation brush. I've got the contour brush as well. I just love these, how they're so sparkly and girly. And I really want to get like the whole collection and just display them really nice in a nice little marble pot on my dressing table. I think that'll look pretty cool. And of course, they're really good quality brushes. Like, I wouldn't use anything other than Real Techniques brushes. I think they're better than MAC and all the other brands, like, definitely. I got this Urban Decay Vitamin B6 priming spray. I've only used this twice, but I'm very impressed with it. What you do basically is you spray this onto your face before you put on your moisturiser and then your makeup. But you can also use it throughout the day just to refresh your makeup if it goes a little bit cakey and stuff, and it just like makes it look fresher. It's like packed with loads of vitamins, and it also absorbs oil, so it helps with shine, and it, like I say, it's really good. I'm impressed with it. I've got a couple of eyeshadow palettes. First one is Urban Decay Naked 3. I got this because Debenhams had a Beauty Spectacular on last weekend and they had 10% off Urban Decay. It's really hard to get Urban Decay on discount, especially these eyeshadow palettes, because they're so popular. I know this has been out for ages, but I haven't bought it until now, mainly because it's quite similar to the first one, which I already have, and I've had for years, but I thought I just wanted it. I really wanted it, and they are beautiful colours and they do suit me. They're all quite like neutral toned. The other eyeshadow palette that I've got, I actually got for my birthday in November off my lovely mother-in-law, and this is by Too Faced. It's called Boudoir Eyes, and this is like a bit more like sultry, sexy, smoky eye sort of thing. And these are really nice, very pigmented, and stay on for ages. So I've been loving that in the last month. I have this little shower gel, and this is just a Redox Feel Exotic shower gel. These are the ones that are usually on offer in Boots for £1, and the reason why I got this one this time is because it's got a pink flamingo on, and I love pink flamingos, and it does actually, luckily it smells really nice because I didn't check the fragrance before I bought it. I just got it on the fact that it had a pink flamingo on it. Right, and the next thing is this Elizabeth Arden Visible Difference Refining Moisture Cream Complex. So this is some moisturiser that I just got at the weekend, and again, this was in the Debenhams Spectacular event, and it was reduced from £30 to £15. And what's good, particularly good about this, is it comes in a 75ml size. So normally face creams are always 30 or 50 mils. So this will last me quite a long time, and I've used it twice while I got it at the same time as this. So I've been using this little duo the last couple of days, and I have noticed a difference already. Like, I do feel like my makeup looks nicer, and that my skin feels in better condition. So quite impressed with that. I have this little Primani sleep mask, which is a little unicorn I'm not going to put it on because my hair will just get all messed up. But Toby might wear it, mightn't you? Do you want to wear it? Do you want to eat it? It smells of vinegar off that other stuff. This is a little, don't really eat it, mind. This is a little donut bun thing, which everybody knows about these, but like, I got this from eBay, and what I like about it is the other ones that I've had in the past have just been like sponge ones. You can't have that. Sit down. Sit. Sit. Do you want Jeffrey instead? I have Jeffrey. There's Jeffrey, look. But what I like about this is it's got like fake hair wrapped around it, so because sometimes the ones that are just like sponge, you can see the bits of sponge if you've got quite fine hair like I have, when you've got them in. But with this, because it's got fake hair, it just all blends in, so it's quite nice. You can't have that. No. Okay, I think this is probably my last thing. This is, oh, how cool is this? Look. I got this from the vintage fair as well. Obviously, it's David Bowie. It's, get off that. It's just a lovely Aladdin Sane print that I'm going to put somewhere, I think possibly in my downstairs toilet, because I want to do something a bit wacky with that. So I thought I'll get like a nice frame and put that in there, and then maybe look out for some other similar type of things to put in. Yeah, so I think that's, oh no, I've got these as well. Oh, my perfume. This is the perfume I've been using in the last month quite a lot, and it's Charlotte Tilbury Scent of a Dream, and it does smell very dreamy, I have to say. And I quite like the description. I've just been looking to see what it says on Charlotte Tilbury's website. It says it attracts love, light, power, positivity and sex to the wearer. So there you go. What more could a girl want? Yeah, so right, that's it then. Thank you for watching. Bye.